Hey, it's Dr. Joe. I just flashed my topic for tonight. Dr. Joe from Atlanta. Welcome to Your Wellness for Life with another episode of To Your Wellness for Life. And let's see. Happy Monday. For some of you, it was Mindset Monday, Meatless Monday, Money Monday. Today, it's going to be Monster Monday. So there's this little section in the paper called Monster, AJC Jobs Monster. And yesterday I was talking about the 5 steps to make a career change. And one of them was to beef up your resume. Or, if you're a curriculum vitae, if you're maybe a lawyer or a doctor or some other professional person. So resume or a CV, kind of the same thing, to give you a work history, educational history, your interest, your family, all the stuff that you can kind of, as a potential employer, can just kind of glance over and quickly read who you are and what your skills are. So, and this section or this issue was May of 2020, so it's been a while. But I saved these because they're all kind of interesting, and sometimes people ask you, or your family members or children ask you about this or that, and you have something to reference. So, all right, so today we're going to talk about how an honest resume is always the best policy. And let me give you some shocking statistics. I mean, I kind of looked at this and I went, whoa. So according to Monster's 2019 State of the Recruiter survey, 85% of recruiters said that candidates are exaggerating their skills and competencies in their resumes. In a survey of 400 applicants and 400 hiring managers, HR professionals, recruiters, Checkster found a whopping 78% of applicants stretched the truth about themselves. I mean, it's a tough job market out there, but you're going to get caught. It's going to catch up with you if you play this game, and I don't recommend that you play this game. So let me give you a few other frightening facts here. 60% said they had a mastery in skills. They had basically just basic knowledge of. So, and more than 50% said they worked at some jobs longer in order to omit an employer. So they're just kind of skipping over some job history. 45% gave a false reason for leaving a job. We'll come back to that one. 42% made up relevant experiences. They're just making stuff up. 41% used a director title when they were really just a manager. And up to 40% claimed that they had a degree from a prestigious university when they really didn't. If you think you're going to get away with this, I got news for you, because this is what they do. They some jobs, especially if they require skills, they may do a skill assessment. And so especially if you've got a job that involves writing or coding or designing, they may give you a skill assessment, and then it will become very obvious that you have overstated your experience. Number 2, they may do a social media research. There's a paper trail out there, and whatever you post on social media, someone is going to look over it. And then finally, background checks. So someone will piece it together. And so the best thing is to just be honest up front and get in front of any potential issue and just say it out there. I think any potential employer is just going to appreciate that much better than having to piece things together, find big holes, and then have to confront you with it. So 3 of the most common lies that job seekers see. Number 1, educational embellishments. So, and that may be at different levels. I mean, it may not be falsifying an entire degree. It may be you said you took this class, you got the certification when you really didn't take it to that degree, and you really don't have it, and you're somehow fudging that, or all the way up to a degree. Again, that's embellishing educational accomplishments. It's going to catch up with you. Number two, date deception. So, and this is usually to kind of cover up gaps in your in your employment. Now, do you have to go back 50 years if you're a 62-year-old guy like me? Probably not. I mean, they're not going to care what summer job you had. I had a summer job as a filing clerk for 3 months, and you probably don't need to put that on there. But if you took off a year or two to take care of a sick child or a sick parent, or you took a year off on a mission or something, just be honest. Just put it out there and say what you did during that year. They will probably appreciate the honesty much more than somehow when you design your resume and you just somehow don't match the dates up to the verbiage next to it, and you think that somehow someone's not going to connect the dots. They're going to ask, why is there this gap here? And number three is skill stretching. I think we already talked about that. Many job candidates offer up a laundry list of technical proficiencies, but just because you used a program a few times doesn't make you an expert. Now, you can imagine in my profession, if in a surgical one where you said this or that, and you claim you're an expert in this and that, that will come out pretty obvious when you start operating. People will know that you're just don't have those proficiencies, and that can always be traced back. You can ask for a previous employer to give you, or previous hospital to give you a list of whatever procedures that person did. And it probably behooves you as the employer to kind of check that stuff out, especially when someone is really exaggerating a lot. It may be pretty obvious. All right, so some frightening statistics here. 85% of people look like they're exaggerating their skills and their competencies. Too many are saying that they're masters of something when they're not. They worked at a job much longer than they actually did. They kind of cover up some job vacancies, and 42% made up relevant experiences. Honesty is still the best medicine here. It sounds like a cliche, but honesty really is the best policy. So those are the biggest resume lies to avoid. Honesty is always the best policy, and I hope this is helpful. This was from the AJC Jobs Monster section. This is a series that runs on Sundays in the Sunday paper. I'm sure if you are online, you can get the paper online, and you can kind of flip back to that. It's probably, if you're in the mode of looking for a job or making career change, that series may be something good to kind of thumb through. And if you're just tired of playing the looking for a job rat race and tired of making your resume and sending them out and looking for a job, maybe it's time to become an entrepreneur. Maybe it's time to do something on your own that's not dependent on someone hiring you, renting an office space, having employees, having inventory, dealing with all the HR issues. Maybe time to do something new. So if that's something that interests you, send me a message, send me a comment, and we can talk. So happy Monday. Dr. Joe from Atlanta. Welcome to Your Wellness for Life. Financial things are part of wellness, obviously, and they're important. You got to have a job to pay your bills. That's one of those basic things. So, all right, have a great evening, and we'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye.